We are live. Hello, everyone, to this special birthday stream we are having. And some of you obviously may be watching this as a rerun. And this is a bit of a surprise. I didn't completely schedule this out. So here we are. I'll be switching over to the other screen. Alright. Alright, hello. I'm here. Now I'm going to get to the chat part. Okay. So, hello Mary, thank you for the happy birthday. The birthday boy alien spaceship, yep. Nice to see you, Mary. Okay. Yes, so basically, yesterday technically, like 30, 40 minutes ago, it was my birthday. Obviously now it has ended, and it's February 26th, on the 26th, and we are, as I said, here for a little special for the birthday, as I said I would do, but I wasn't completely certain if I was going to do it or not, but I decided to do it. So I'll explain about today, and I will say basically that I was doing some things at night with the dinner and with the other stuff that I was doing, opening cards and things like that, and that's why I took a little. I wasn't too sure if I was going to do the live, and then I was going to do it as a surprise, because usually I schedule it out and put the notification out about it, and it's a little bit of an off time than the usual time, which is all good. And I was watching Avatar: The Last Airbender, which is a show that I used to watch, and it's live on YouTube, and I was chatting with some people over there, and we were talking about the show, and basically I was there for a little while, and I haven't seen that in many years. I mean, I've seen it as a teenager in close to my 20s when I was in high school and stuff like that, and maybe right after high school too, but it's been a long time, so I got to chat with some people in there, and then I came over here. And hello SE and Sarah, thank you for the birthday wishes. And also, so that's why it was a little bit delayed in doing things with the cats and stuff, and then here I am. All right. So today was a great day. I had good wishes from people from school I went to, people from there, people from YouTube, and all over the place, and the different things I'm involved in. People told me happy birthday, and I appreciate that from everybody that wished me the messages about it. And also, what I did today was I went to the Vietnamese restaurant, and I took short videos of the lunch. And my grandparents didn't go. I had my mom with me, Mary Toodles. She was with me, and I was thinking, usually we were getting, before at the mall we would get the Greek food, and then we would get the Japanese food. And since we're talking about the Vietnam War, and I thought, I wanted to do the Vietnamese food. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, I appreciate it. Yeah, so basically, what happened with that. So I remember talking about the Vietnam War and the tunnels and different things, and I certainly liked to Something I clicked. I clicked something. Hold on. All right. Anyway, so I was looking at chat for a second. So yes, I had the I had chicken, and I had rice and some vegetables. I had a little soup, and I had a Vietnamese French coffee, iced coffee. Mary can say what she had. And it was a restaurant I went to when I was a kid. It's one of those places, and it's in the part of town which is east of me. That yeah, basically, I see what you're saying, Sarah. That Amanda and us want photos. If you did, yes, and I took photos and videos. I did. Lemongrass chicken. Lemongrass chicken. All right. Oh. Right. So basically, as I was saying, I I went there, and it's a part of town where there's Vietnamese people everywhere because they went there during like we're talking on the other stream that I was doing about the Vietnam War and how the people were over there and the communists were coming from the north, and then the people were fleeing the communist area. Some of the people went away to America. One of the largest places was that area, and they have it's very nice out there. And it's like being in Vietnam. That's a cool thing about America. Like you could go to these different parts where you have different groups of people, and you're like in that part of the world, but it's in America. So I think that was very interesting and very nice themed restaurant with the paintings and stuff on the walls. And I'll show you all some pictures and stuff. And I'll be putting up shorts and videos about the restaurant. And also I will show you all tonight the pictures that I through the web browser. Yeah, reading chat, Mary says lemongrass chicken. And Sarah says she loves that. Grilled chicken with lemongrass. Mary says I had banana mango bubble tea as well. Oh yeah. So basically there's this drink that they have. I saw when I was little how this drink, a fruit drink, it's kind of like a smoothie, and you have avocado or mango, banana, what have you, etc. And they have these little like plums, or these little plum balls in there, and it's so cool. And you slurp those things up, and it's very interesting culture. And I like the bamboo on the walls and the bamboo chimes. Yeah, very interesting. It wasn't really crowded. It was peaceful. It was nice. And also, I got cards from family. Family was very generous. Nice gifts. Also, gifts as well. And I got a new SpongeBob shirt that has to do with one of my favorite episodes, the Hash Slinging Slasher. It's where Nosferatu's in that one. So I got presents and cards and good wishes from everybody and the other streams that I participate in also. So, very good birthday. Tappy Oka. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you for explaining about that. And also, I hope Essie and Sarah have also had good days today. I hope everything has been going good with y'all today. Yeah, thank you, chat. Thanks for the love. Mary says the Vietnamese fled after the fall of Saigon. They chose New Orleans because the weather is similar, and they were colonized by the French, like New Orleans. Also interesting, the Vietnamese were Catholic. Yeah, you see, also, like we were saying the other night when I had the Wikipedia page up, how Saigon is called Ho Chi Minh City now after their leader, their revolutionary leader. Like how they named it Leningrad or Stalingrad in Russia, and they named it Ho Chi Minh City. They name it after their leader of the revolution. And we were talking about the fall of Saigon. I showed you all pictures of that, and I don't mind going back and talking about it again this time too. And basically, the people fled, and they didn't want to be part of that. And it's kind of similar, say, to Afghanistan when people were trying to flee Afghanistan because they didn't want the Taliban to take it over, and that, and they came here. And yeah, New Orleans is very similar because as I showed you all the little short films I made about how in the Vietnamese, like this area is like the Vietnam War jungle. And I've actually, yeah, there's pictures of me. I had the helmet on and the green shirt on when I was like, I'd say maybe my junior or sophomore year. I was like in my there when I'm supposed to be studying for exams. I went into my jungle and I took pictures of myself, like I was in Vietnam, because that was what I was the most interested in, was doing things like that. Which, as I said later on, for now it makes more sense what I'm doing. I studied a lot about the Vietnam War in high school because I just liked studying my own thing. That's what I like doing. So that was interesting, and I'm glad that because that chat that we had about that stuff. Because I was thinking, I like the history stuff, which I like talking about on the channel, and I could just keep talking about that in the streams. And many people were telling me I got a lot of good feedback about all the streams, especially about the history stuff. A lot of people liked about the landmines and things like that. So those people came over here to flee Saigon and making great food, and it's good to have them there. And I learned my grandparents at some point, maybe before they came here. It's kind of my grandma said she was there when the Vietnamese people were there. Then my mom said that they weren't there, but they were over that area at some point before they went out towards the west. Then when I was born, they came back in this location in the middle. Thank you, Sarah. Glad that you like this. Glad that you like the short. Yeah, yeah. And Sarah says, "Thank you, Mary. Sure did. Glad that y'all had a good B-Day weekend." And thank you, Sarah. And Sarah says, "Alien, that was an amazing short. Thank you." And Mary says, your cat brother, Bubbles, my cat brother, is watching you. Oh, shout out to Bubbles over there in the room. He's cool. He's a cool cat. And also, Sarah says, my husband loves talking of histories. Wish he could join in. Yeah, one day I'd like to have him on the StreamYard, like we had you on StreamYard, and your testimony about what you saw with him and stuff with the different UFO things. Yeah, that was a very good stream. I enjoyed having you on, and also like to both of you or him. I'd like to. That'd be nice to have him on. Yes, I always like Japanese history, and also I do like their empire and their traditionalism. Very great culture. Very interesting. Oh, you all talked about the stream after. And Sarah says we talked about your stream after. That's really cool. Yeah, a lot of people like that, the stream, and told me about it because like back in that time, a lot of young men were drafted into that and volunteered also into that war, and a lot of people saw some things there. So it really transformed our country, and it caused a really big problem. And then they had to cancel the draft in general. A lot like Israel, I know about Israel from being at the summer camp over there as a kid, and the men and women were both drafted in the army. They all both had to serve. The thing with America, it didn't go well. So many Americans were being killed, and like it just didn't go well at all. And they had to stop it. And Nixon was the one that stopped it. I was just watching Nixon, his shorts. They have a channel for Nixon. Y'all could look it up on YouTube. And he was talking about his thoughts on like like how Russia, the communism didn't work, and he was concerned there would be a Russian imperialism, that they would go back to their imperialism. And he was talking about different things about the media censoring people and stuff. A lot of things that people could see going on today. So he was, I think, a very interesting president, very cool. And he said a lot of uh, good things. So he was the one that ended the draft. That's how he has to do with this. Yeah, Mary says the JCC. Yes, Sarah, I was there since I was a little kid, like toddler or something, and all the way up to like 2009. So it was like a little bitty toddler to like a tween until I got too old for it. Yes, and I had good experiences there, learned about swimming and stuff, and also now obviously they had some different religious views than we do about Jesus, so there was a little bit of a schism about that. But besides that, they're just seeing like regular people, and yeah, various groups. You know, some of them were thought Jesus was like a good man. Some more of the orthodox ones were real like they weren't really the biggest fans of him, but understandable that they don't see him like fixing the world. Like what their part of it is like Jesus comes back and he makes the world peaceful and he rules from Jerusalem. Understood, that's understood, but they don't understand he'll come back later and defeat the Antichrist that they'll mistaken for God, but it really isn't because the Antichrist will come. So, but understood. But yes, may God help them see about Jesus. But besides that, it was a good experiences. A lot of nice field trips and stuff, and saw the city in Baton Rouge. It was nice. Yes, and Mary says you also went to the social events as well. Great organization. Yes, yes, exactly. Thank you, Sarah. Oh yes, Mary. Also, I learned about diving, and I remember I met Israel soldiers. Some of them came over. I knew them. I knew men and women that were in the Israel army. That would explain the swimming thing, because they would have to know how to swim and stuff. And I remember they had these little training areas where they would teach you about going through Israel with the different papers and stuff with the military things. It's pretty cool. And as I said, there's a little bit of religious differences, but besides that, it was a very interesting, good experience, kind of like Boy Scouts. Yes, Sarah says they will fall for the Antichrist. Yes, because they looking for a cool ruler. Yes, yes, yeah, amen. Yes, and may God help the Jewish people see the goodness of Christ. But as the Bible says, He'll return and then show them their errors about that wasn't really the Messiah He was, and He will come back. They'll mourn for Him and then accept Him because they're still part of the plan of salvation. They're just like the ones that'll come later. He'll come back and straighten up everything with them, as the Scripture says. They'll mourn for Him as they lost their own child. So, and they're always throughout the biblical history. They always kind of were skeptical of God or built golden idols and things. Well, something they always did, but they're still part of the plan. All right, not too sure if this is going to work or not. All right. Okay. No, I could tell it's not going to work because I'm looking at the thing. And since it doesn't work, we'll just do this another time. Soon. Thanks, Turning Guns. I know, but it's not working that well. I know, but it's not working that well. It's red.
It's working.
I know, but it's red.
What does that mean?
It's not gonna really work.
You said you heard everything you said.
I know y'all heard it. It's weak, but it's not gonna. It may not really work that well. I know. I know. You all could hear me because it's still right. All right. So there's a faint signal. It looks like it's getting a little bit better. And also, right. So anyway, so Amanda, I had a lunch. It was a Vietnamese lunch, and we didn't do a dinner. We did a lunch. It was just Mary and I. Thanks, Billy, for the happy birthday. All right. Okay. So, oh, I didn't mean to do that. Okay. Well, I meant to do this. All right. So anyway, let's see what comes out. So thank you all for being here. I'm glad that you all are here. And also, what I did was I went to a lunch, a Vietnamese place, and also what I was doing was so Amanda. It wasn't a lunch. I mean, it wasn't a dinner. It was a lunch, and I had some lemongrass chicken, and I had rice, and also some soup. And basically, what happened was it was very cool. It was Vietnamese because we were talking about the Vietnam stuff, so I wanted to eat the Vietnamese place. And also, I had some French Vietnamese coffee that was iced, very nice. And it was a place that I went to when I was a kid, and I had a good birthday, and I had cards and stuff from family, and also I had friends and stuff on Facebook and different platforms tell me, in different streams, telling me happy birthday. So it was a good birthday, and thank you all for being here and saying thoughts about the birthday. All right, Mary. Yes, Amanda. Glad that yes, and okay. I see. I understand that you'll be back later. Yes, Amanda. Bob the Builder can fix it. He'll save the day. Yes, Amanda. Glad. Yes, it was delicious. It was, and I had some other drink too. I had the mango with plums and these little round things. It was very good. Yes, like what Sarah said, I had bubble tree also. Bubble tea. Okay. It's because of the heart icon that I thought that. Oh man, you never had that before? Yeah, as I said, it's very good, and also there's good pictures of the restaurant, of the restaurant in general, the place, how they, let's see, paintings on the wall. Like I'll show you all the different Asian artwork from like North Korea and stuff. It's a lot like that kind of artwork, but of like different like of regular things. It was that kind of stuff. Reason why I don't have y'all on the screen over here because the other chat window failed, and also the I don't want to strain the signal too much. Now I do appreciate y'all being here and chatting with me. And also, Billy says, I just got home, so I'm running around a little. I'll be done soon. Sarah, I haven't had the cake yet, but the cake is going to be a velvet cake. Right? And, as I said, good that y'all can see me. I'm going to do something here. Let's see. Yummy, yes. So, also, I like the cards I got from family. And DeLeon, detailing Nash, he also talked to me as well, and he was telling me happy birthday. And Amanda, like people I knew from school, told me happy birthday. People from that time period and on different streams I'm on, so it was a really cool birthday. All right. Amanda says, I normally get taro or matcha. My Bubba place make really tasty slush drinks. My favorite in the summer is Laishe. I don't know if I pronounced that right, with coconut jelly. That sounds delicious, Amanda. That sounds delicious. Thank you, Amanda. I appreciate that. And I hope you had a good day today, along with Billy and the other. I already asked about the others, but I hope all of you had a good time today. And we're still streaming along. And I knew my sound was going through because I could tell with the gears I'm looking at that it was going through. But Mary was showing me that I was going through, and y'all could hear what I'm saying, which I knew y'all could. It just wasn't really the strongest signal, but it looked. I'm glad that we're still streaming along. Okay, so that's good. I went on a different signal. Yes, Sarah. Matcha and Sukura mix is awesome too. Billy says red velvet cake got its name in 1800s when bakers added coca to cakes to make them taste and feel luxurious. The coca gave the cakes a velvety texture and feel. I did not know that, Billy. Thank you for the history. When bakers added vinegar, baking soda, or buttermilk to the recipes to tenderize the cakes, acid in those ingredients reacted with the coca. Well, thank you. Well, thank you for explaining that to us. And Amanda says it's super fruity, lychee, perfect summer flavor. Yeah. Well, thank you. Thank you. Yeah. That sounds awesome. Billy says it gives the cakes a red tint. Nice. I remember when my mom on one of my birthdays was giving me a red velvet cake. It was so delicious. I also like cookie cake too. I wasn't as focused on cakes this time, but I'm still gonna eat a cake. I'm still gonna eat that. Amanda said, when I get their iced Vietnamese coffee, it comes with this coffee jelly, and it's so great. Well, that's awesome, Amanda. Glad that they give you that. Billy says he always calls it red chocolate cake. Amanda says now I need coffee something to celebrate Captain's birthday. Facts, facts, sir. I agree. Amanda says I think last year I went to get cheesecake on my birthday. I don't know if I do that again this year. Okay, okay. Yeah, it's something you could think about. Also, I liked the bamboo decorations in the place and the artwork and nice lighting. And they had some funny people there. There was like a guy who was kind of funny. He was kind of sounded kind of loud. And then you had this guy that. Then you had some people, Vietnamese people, come in. They're talking to each other, and they had two ladies that were serving the food. It was very nice. What are my plans for tomorrow? My plans for tomorrow is that tomorrow I'm going to do what I usually do. Nothing is planned for tomorrow, like birthday wise. Tuesday I'm going to see the Wonka movie. That's what I'm doing Tuesday. But the other days, I'm just tomorrow in general. I'm just going to look at my garden or see some of the chat at the trials and stuff. If I cut in and out or something, I could repeat myself. Yeah, yeah. Thank you. Thanks, Sarah. right. So we got some trains in the background. Yeah. So as I said, I'm glad that like I went there because like in Vietnam we talked about. So Amanda, I was talking about before we had the problem before you came. I was talking about the summer camp I went to and the different stuff I did there. It was really interesting, and how like this part of New Orleans is a different part, and how basically learn about swimming and stuff there. And my grandparents kind of lived that this kind of a little bit off topic, but it had to do with the other topic about me at camp when I was a kid. Back over there, my grandparents live in the area where the Asian people are, but they went that way, then they went back here. All right, so we're gonna have one. Okay. All right, Amanda says, "OMG, that movie looks great. I saw the trailer and I'd love to see that. Let me know how it is. I will. I sure will, Amanda. I sure will. Yes, it does look brilliant. I'm excited to see it. I like the two other Willy Wonka movies. So I'm glad to see another one. Thank you all for being here and chatting with me. I appreciate it very much. Yeah, and I think the basically with Wonka, it it just the colors and the acting and all looks really amazing. Really does. And I'll just let you know. I'll let y'all know how I like it. Also, I'm glad for the channel, everybody at the channel, and it's doing very well. And I appreciate everybody that's here on the channel and on the stream right now. And Sarah said something. Wonder if any Italian women were there. It was just weird a little bit. The old ones, the old one is fantastic. All right, that's okay. And I think weird things are interesting to me, but I understand some people didn't like the Willy Wonka one with Johnny Depp. The people thought it was a little bit too weird. I understand. Like he seemed kind of like a robot, but as I said, I thought it was pretty cool. And also the other thing with the first one was really great. It was brilliant. Yes, I like the first one too. But I understand, what you're talking about. Oh man, I understand. I know you're not. I know you like Johnny Depp, and that's okay if you don't like that one. If you don't like that one, there's a lot of people. Yeah. I just don't really like take too much offense by it, and I have some nostalgic feelings for it when I watched it in different parts, different time periods. Like when I watched it, there's like nostalgia behind it also. But as I said, it's all good. Everybody has different. The weather was very nice. I enjoyed it. It was just right. I'm glad it was good today. My grandparents gave me, a warm, happy birthday as well. And Amanda, I got a new SpongeBob shirt. All right, so basically, so I'm glad that the weather was good today, and I like the new SpongeBob shirt I got, and the other gifts I had. Very nice. Well, Amanda says she has one SpongeBob shirt. It's a summer top. Yeah. Also, I'll add that the Nickelodeon has this thing for like when it's your birthday, you can have SpongeBob call you and tell you happy birthday. I had that done today also, thanks to Mary Toodles. Amanda says I only bought it while out by her mom in Georgia. All right. So what's that? So Amanda, so they have like a Mary Toodles could explain more if she wants to, or if she's like around. But basically, what happens is like Nickelodeon has this thing, and like you can have the actor that plays him. They will say happy birthday to happy birthday to this 26-year-old, this 12-year-old, this whatever, and you can have a, like that. And the Nickelodeon, like a woman will be like, you can hear this is the message. You can it'll start in 10 seconds, and so that's like what it is. And also they have one for Monsters Inc. That actor like does like happy birthday to this such and such age, whatever. So that's what they do. These like it's like a club, and they do these like little birthday things. So that is what that's about. I think it's really cool, and it's like something that happened since I was a kid, and it continues on into my adulthood. So got a call from SpongeBob, got a call from different things. So that was another part of the birthday that was pretty cool. Amanda said, "Wow, I need to. Wow, I never knew about that. Such a nice birthday surprise." Oh yes, Amanda, absolutely. I totally agree. And also, we have Sarah who says, "Still going on. Money well spent. Fun times." Yeah, yeah, I know, Amanda. I know. And you could sign up for that when it's your birthday. Hello, Bina. Thank you for the birthday wish. And also, yeah, Amanda, it's very fun. And, have that, the little pre recording that they have. That's pretty cool. And also, they have other characters, some other things too, like Monsters Inc. Yeah, Mary, you could tell Amanda more information about the SpongeBob call if you want to. I think I explained it all. I may have. I don't know if I missed something or not. But I basically explained how it works. Thank you, Bina, for the birthday wishes. Nice to see you. And food, I like the food. Very cool. Yes, Bina says, wishing you many alien adventures and lots of beautiful plants in the garden. Well, thank you, Amanda. Thank you so much. I hope you had a nice day today. And also, you to have nice trees and plants too. Yes, Amanda, yes, Bina, I understand. Yes, I know. It's late. It's been a long time since I've done. It's been a long time since I've done the lives on Sunday during the day. That's usually when. That's the time like you were there. I know it's late. Yeah. Which of course will happen again. The earlier ones. Obviously today I was at the lunch, so I wasn't doing that. I wasn't live. I was at the lunch. So Amanda says, "How do you do that, alien? Monsters Inc. would be super awesome." And like with that one, basically, Mary can explain that, but because I don't know like every detail about it, but I would say maybe Disney's website, because Monsters Inc. is like Pixar. They'll may have something about that, like a club or something. Also with the Nick, I know about the Nickelodeon one with SpongeBob. They have like some kind of club, like you join in, or have an email, and they send you out something about that. Mary says, no, Amanda says, Mary, what is your favorite kind of food? All right, so Bina says, I love the colorful lights in the background. Thank you, Bina. It's a couple of like, Christmas trees and stuff and different things. Thank you. I'm glad that you like it. And also, Bina says, what kind of special software do you use for your streams? Bina, I use something called OBS. That's what I use as the streaming software. I do have the StreamYard mechanism, which is like for little group call. People could call in through that. I do have the callers like the other streams do. But yeah, but to answer your question, I use OBS. It works very well. All right. So, continuing. Yes, man, understood. Yes. And yeah, and also, Bina, since you're here, Bina, I had Vietnamese food and for lunch with Mary Toodles, my mom. I had a couple of different. I had chicken with lemongrass. I had rice and things like that because we were talking about the Vietnam War, so I decided to. We were talking about the Vietnam War, so I decided to go to the Vietnamese restaurant that's out that way, east of me. Yeah, Korean food's cool. That's nice. Yes, nice. It was nice getting the messages from different people from school and people I'm friends with in general. A lot of people told me a lot of nice messages, nice time with grandparents and cards and stuff. It was really cool. I'm in the east part, like the east, closer to the east part. Not quite over in the east part, but like closer that way. Like I'm not like in the western part. Let's see, because east of me there's these the Vietnamese area. I'm like a little bit west of that. Mm-hmm. Because it's not technically New Orleans East, but it's like close to it. It's like right there. Bina, today I'm 26. Yes, I'm 26 today. Amanda says Mary's super tasty. French and Thai are probably my top favorites. I really love Greek too. My mom's favorite is 500,000% Italian. Nice. Oh, yes, Bina. So, my name. I've told you've heard it before. You may have forgotten. So, my name is Hansel. American people say Hansel. Like Hansel and Gretel. It's a German name, as you would know. And my grandma named me. Yeah, Billy could tell us, so we do think it's French. I think that too. Thanks, Bina. Thank you. And also, I was born in America. I was born over here, and my mom. It's a German. Oh, yeah, and also I'll be showing you all the different videos and stuff and pictures of the restaurant. Also, oh, Bina says she went to school in Germany with 10 Hansels, but never met one in the U.S. Yeah, I've never met another person named Hansel before. I've heard that they exist, but I never met one. That's cool. Yeah, I'm sure it's very common over in Germany. As abbreviation, the short version is Hans. Yes, Amanda, Billy makes a lot of cool food. And my family came from that line came from Germany in the 1800s. He came here. One of my great great grandfather came here. His name was Wilhelm. There was anti-German sentiment during World War One, and they didn't really like him too much because of his accent. But he wasn't like doing anything. He was just an immigrant here. And Germany's a it's a cool country, and learned a lot about it. Growing up because there's still a strong like a say a nationalism for that, that heritage and that group, although still pro-American, obviously, but also that still kept to liking being German and the traditions and stuff like that. Yeah, and my grandpa said, the people from Germany would like my name. Okay, so my grandpa is the one that's I get the. My grandma is part German, but my grandpa's the German one. He's the one that this line comes from. I'm talking about. His great grandfather was from Germany. I'll put it in the chat to make sure it's clear. Right, so Justin, I typed it in the chat just to make it clear. I know you all could hear me. I just want to also put it there too. So yeah, and Bina says I'm going to visit my mom and sister in Berlin in June. Well, that's cool. That's cool. Basically, yeah, because Berlin looks like a really nice city. It's really big. I think it's big. And I'm from the which my family over there. My last name's German. Also, my last name is Schmidt. It comes from like Bibra and yeah, yeah, Bibra. Also related to people from Kassel. Yeah, that's funny, Amanda. That's funny. My middle name is actually just on a serious note. My middle name is Kristoff, like from the Frozen movie, that character Kristoff. And yeah, my grandma's part German also, and like a little bit Eastern European, a little bit. Yeah, very big city. But I've never been there personally, so I would, But yeah, from my observation, yeah, it's a big city. Also, it was divided between East and West Germany during the Cold War. Then the wall came down and it was unified. All over Europe, because a lot of immigrants came here and like mixed with each other. Oh, that's cool, being you were there and the wall fell. Yeah, that was a really big historical event. That really was. Okay, I'll put how it's spelled in the chat. Like, there you go. All right, so put in the chat like how it's spelled. Because I was, it's Christoph. Yeah, that's how that's how mine's spelled. But there's different variations of it though. And also, because my grandpa liked his German, as I said, his German heritage and stuff, so they named me that. And my dad's family in England is a very nice name, nice German name. Yes. Yeah, it's funny, Amanda. Yes. But I do, on that side, of course, there's Germanic blood on my dad's side too, as well. And I remember, as a kid, I was taught about like my heritage, my background, and stuff, and from a young age, and I'm, and it was very interesting culture. I like it. Billy says I had a pretty good day today. I made about 160 pounds of sausage. My grinder broke down about half an hour, but we got fixed. It was good. Well, glad that you had that. Well, let's see. He fixed it. Hopefully, it was fixed. Let's see. Our grinder broke down in about an hour, but it got fixed. It was pretty good. Well, glad it was fixed. Germany's very interesting. I've seen like pictures of like the different towns and stuff. Very cool. It looks like a fairy tale. Yeah, shout out to Bina. Glad she came over for the birthday special. I know it's very late, obviously, so it's nice to have her come through. Amanda Amanda says, Billy, it was fine. I went shopping and store and cleaned. I didn't sleep and great last night. I'm pretty tired. I don't go to bed early, though. Might watch a movie. Thanks for asking. Oh, okay. Plaquemines Parish. Abina, closer to Slidell. Okay, so where I am, I'm on the opposite, obviously, of Slidell. I'm on the opposite side of the lake, but I am. So no, I'm not. Well, I don't know how exactly this would be said, but Slidell is on the other side of the lake. I'm on the New Orleans side, but I'm close to the bridge. In a way, I'm close to Haynes in that area. Yeah. So like, there's like New Orleans East, like the eastern part, and there's like Old Gentilly, stuff like that. That around that area. Because we were talking on the last one the about Six Flags, which is over in the east, and how it was shut down for a long time, and it's still shut down, unfortunately. We were talking about that also on the last stream because they closed a lot of stuff out here after Katrina. Yeah. And I've been by the Lake Pontchartrain before, by the levee. I've been there before. We used to go kind of like by the beach area. It was kind of like closed off. We went there and by the train tracks too. Yeah. Billy says we raise the process of our meat productions, so all personal use for our families. I have a partner, and with me, we have had store bought meat since 2019. Oh, wow. Yeah. Amanda says, Sarah, I wish I could have leave my clothes out to dry. They would be too dirty if I did that. Really dusty here. Some days worse than others. The wind, people would snatch it up. My clothes too. Billy says when the prepping craze began, I decided to push a farm and get away from the corporate grocery stores. I can understand the frustrations with that, Billy. I can understand. You know, Bina says I was there for Katrina. Did y'all get affected by Katrina? Oh yeah, Bina. We got flooded like 3 feet here. I was up the street in one of the other houses, and like say like on Google Earth they'll show like the coastline was up there, and over here it was like flooded all the as you go back. Flooded, a lot of things were lost, and but it wasn't like up to the house. It was like, but we were affected by it, yes, and I remember it. We evacuated, of course. But glad that I'm over here and more closer over here where I am. There's like a garden and a yard. Over there, there wasn't that down the street. So, good things came out of it. Oh, Bina, that sounds really harsh. Yeah, so that, but not so much by the wind, but by the water we were affected by. Affected by. Sarah says, "Love that I can," and yes, rainy are dusty days, no laundry, and no dryer. I dislike that our washer is outside. Oh yes, fact on stealing our balconies, mostly very private for it. Well, that's good that y'all have that over there. Well, that it's private, because I understand that would be a problem. And Billy says a lot of work, Bina, but I have amazing help, so I really don't have to do much. It's very enjoyable though. Yes. Sarah says, Bina, oh no, that was awful. Yeah, Bina, that is awful that that happened. Yeah. There was something called Mr. Go. It was some type of a water system, and it broke open and it came out here. And yeah, Bina said nobody got hurt, and that's what mattered. Exactly, that's true. Yeah, Bina said that nobody got hurt, and that's what matters. Exactly. That's good that nobody was hurt. And out here, it was like a nuclear bomb went off. Or it was not a nuclear bomb, but some kind of thing went off. I remember there was a boat on the sidewalk, a big like a shrimp boat. Yeah, it was really dramatic looking. but with that happening, I got to be down here with the bigger backyard with the garden, so that's what good came out of it. And Bina, the weather down here, the weather was pretty good today. It was clear and it was like coolish. And also, I think that it's obviously, with the weather here, it flips back and forth between hot and cold. Bina says, go to your country accessor and ask for a tax property list. You can buy land from that, back up taxes. Interesting. Birds and chickens raised in over 2 years. Cornish cross is bred chicken. Well, Billy, that sounds very interesting. Thanks for sharing. Yeah, and it's good to be self-reliant and have your own like chickens and crops and stuff. Yeah, it's very good, and also it is stuff to keep up with. You have to watch out for pests, and you got to watch out for different things like that, and the winters and that kind of thing. Amanda says, Billy, thank you so much. I think it was because I had things on my mind. So tonight should be better. You'll sleep extremely well with as busy day you had. Yeah. And I'm glad that you all are here and chatting with the birthday special. I really appreciate it. And also in the Vietnamese region, I like all the different statues and things they have. It's like being in Asia. So cool. And the people had to, like Bino was saying, like the people had to go from Saigon to over here because of the communist invasion that was happening. And they went out in New Orleans in the east part, and that's where they had a better time here because they didn't want to be under the communist regime. And as I said, it's like being in Asia. It's so cool. And also, you know, I like this birthday stream. I like the birthday wishes I got, so I appreciate everything. It's a nice party. Also, I'm I'm going to see the Wonka movie that's coming out. I mean, that's out already. I'm going to see it on Tuesday. Yes, yes, Bina, I'm excited about that. Almost hit 1,000 subscribers. Yes, I'm going to and I'm thankful for that, and I'm very excited about the almost reaching 1,000. I'm about to get there, and also going to do some of the more of the different content and things I do. I'm excited about that. I'm going to do some more campaigns next month in March. I'm excited about that, and we will reach that goal. We're very excited. And Bina says, I missed. She misses her Vietnamese friends in NOLA. She worked in a casino down there, and there were mostly friends, mostly Asian friends she worked with. Well, that's very interesting. That's very cool. Yeah, very cool people. I met them. Very nice. And yeah, NOLA is a very fascinating place in general, and that's cool that you met the Vietnamese people as well. Well, thank you, Bina. And that's true. And it's a goal that I'm thankful for reaching. And also, I remember because the aliens. So basically, I remember my friend at school. Went to school with when we talked about the aliens and stuff. Then I brought the ideas on here, and then I went on other streams, as you know, and I spread the ideas around. So I am thankful for that, and I've come a long way since then. So yeah, it's a very exciting thing. It's very exciting. I am thankful for all the support of everybody. Also, I like the Asian New Year festivals they have. Those are very cool too. Yeah. And also, like, my advice, it's basically to be, to be keep being consistent with the different shorts and stuff you do. I like your channel; it's very cool. And also, the ads are good too to run. Also, and yeah, and yeah, get to work about that. And so I know it's being consistent and doing that over time. That's good to do, like consistent uploading and things like that. Yeah, Bina knows a lot of languages. Absolutely. That's what I like about like New Orleans is very eclectic. They have a lot of different cultures and like little groups. It's so interesting. Like all the cars over there are like Hondas, and you have a lot of the Asian cars. Hondas are good cars. They're very good. And also, I will say that basically, I think I remember squid's something good that the Vietnamese people make. That's very good. The squid. And I remember they would have fried corn. It wasn't fried corn. It was char. It was charcoaled oysters and barbecue charcoaled corn. That's very good. They have. It wasn't fried. No. I'm getting that mixed up. Yeah, Spina, she says she's working in her house, but soon, fingers crossed, we'll get breathing a little bit. Yeah, Spina. Yeah, hopefully, yes, fingers crossed, get your breathing room. Amen. That's good. Yeah, yeah, Billy's like, I love learning different languages and find it amazing how much you can forget if you don't use a certain language for a few years. Oh, yeah, yeah. It's kind of like a muscle or something. If you don't use it, it goes out. Yeah. That's why it's good to keep on like going back and like refresh your memory. Also, being a there's this thing behind me over here, this that face over there. That was something I made when I was in preschool. Thanks, Mina. And oh, wait, see. See about. And over next to me, this thing's the small knight right here. Yeah, thanks, Mina, for the kind, things and words you said. I appreciate that, and also coming here. Yeah, I love the train. Very nice. Let's see if I'm able to point the camera at this over here. Let's see. You see that? That's the knight. The metal knight I have. That's the one I got in Florida during Hurricane Katrina. The cousin gave it to me. I'm like, I wanted that thing. I'm like, I was there visiting. I'm like, hey, you got that knight right there. I want that little knight. It's not like the bigger ones, but it's like a little one. That was pretty cool. Like you can't like piece it apart and put it armor as armor, but like it's a nice statue. And this place kind of looks like a castle. It suits the area. Yeah, Bina. Yeah, hilarious. The small little knight. Small knight lives matter. Billy says, I've heard controversially 6 languages in my life and little bits of a few more. That's cool learning different languages. I like the Latin languages. I like how they use masculine and feminine words. It's really cool. And it's like when you wake up, it's like if it's the last day of your life, would you do the thing that you're about to do? I remember at school I did good at it, but I was more interested in these other things than I do now. And some of the teachers and people may not have understood why I didn't completely put a lot of effort into the school, but I put it was into this stuff because during my time, like remember the weekends, my friend and I we would talk on the phone about the aliens, different things that I talk about, even political things, and we talked about that stuff, and we did it, and now it makes sense. And looking forward, it made no sense, but now it makes sense. So yeah, I always did what I was passionate about, and I really enjoy doing the channel and the streams and attending the other streams and stuff too. It's very nice. About Stockton Rush and the submersible, and I was showing the Titanic model I made. That was the news. Astronauts are seeing. I'm on. So tonight was a special, but basically trying to see what this thing's doing. Hmm. Yeah, so I'm on Thursday and Fridays. Those are the 2 days that I do. This was a special, and although I haven't done them in a long time, the Sunday ones during the day, I say this all the time. I say this all the time, but I do plan on bringing the Sunday ones during the day back, and also the real late night ones I do on Thursday and Friday nights. That's when all the commotion's over with, really late at night. You see, nothing's going on around this time. But Sundays are peaceful too during the day. We'll look forward to doing that again. I remember Bina, when you were there, we're talking about the cathedrals and the gold in them. I remember that when you were there the first time. And we'll do more like those. So those during the when I bring the Sunday ones during the day when I bring the Sunday ones during the day back, those would be I think better for you than the late night ones because it's I know it's quite eclectic. Wow. And because I like the original. I remember way back. I did them on Sunday nights. That was like the first ones. Then I did the ones, but things are calming down now, and I'll be able to do them more. Now, sometimes, like during the week, I work on things at night, and that's kind of like why. That's why I still like to. Uh, some nights, like I research things, like studying different stuff. So, and I take the Thursday and Fridays off. And there's some things in the garden to do. And some nights I like looking at the sky and the moon and just like keeping to myself and listening to music or something. Over the weekend, on Saturday night, Bina said she's still researching that. The thing I was talking about before, and Bina said today she was looking into the Antarctic Treaty and such. Yeah, that's very interesting about the Antarctic. there's always new things to learn and stuff and research, and that's why I like the conspiracy theories. Are very good to see what's going on, and also talking about the Vietnam War and the Korean War and communism and stuff, and I like went into detail about the different things that happened and the like how it started and how like North and South Vietnam were split and Korea was split after World War II, and it caused a lot of issues in the country and the different conflicts that happened during the Cold War. And like it's just the communism, it never worked. Like they had good intentions, but it didn't work. They didn't really understand that, and like every single country went downhill. But the good thing about it is the Vietnamese people got to be here in New Orleans. That's very nice, nice food and stuff. It's like a little Asia here, so good things came out of it. A lot of people died. A lot of Americans died in that war. Like I went through the rabbit hole of everything, all the way back, and like how it was Saigon, now it's Ho Chi Minh City, because they like there is Leningrad, there is Stalingrad. They name it after their leaders from the revolutions they had. Amanda says, Billy, oh, the one I was telling you about that almost deleted her. I never put it back up. I kept glass off because it didn't want the same thing to ever happen again. Better with that off because my room is brighter without the glass. Yeah. So that was some things I was looking at recently. That's why I usually go to the Japanese restaurants on my birthday, sometimes the mall, but this time it's been a while since I've eaten Vietnamese food, and we're talking about it, and I thought it was the perfect thing to do. And I'm glad that I did it. I enjoyed it. And I really like the Vietnamese French coffee that's iced. It's very nice. And I was reading today, it was brought over by a priest from France in the 1800s to Vietnam. Grad literally means city. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Like Ho Chi Minh Grad would be Ho Chi Minh City, Lenin City, and Stalin City. All right. Thanks, Mina. It's like you got to build a big wall and keep everybody in your country because it's so great. Like you would think everybody would want to come into it. And like basically, I was talking about the booby traps. Yeah, that was really something horrible. It's like you just get all shredded up, or you get blown up or something in those jungles. Yeah, rabbit holes are fun to go down. All right. Yeah. So, and so as I said, I'm glad the birthday went well, and the I'm glad I like talking to all of you on the stream, and a nice surprise seeing Bina, and also I remember it was cool getting the messages from different people, seeing my grandparents and stuff. It was nice, and I like the history streams. I do very cool. Yeah, it's facts. Fact. Abina says, "Alien, you rock. Gotta sleep and sleep now. I'm glad that you had a good birthday, friend." Yes, Bina, good night. Thank you so much. You're amazing. So yeah, so basically, I was, as I was saying, is I like the different rabbit holes like we go on, and I will do more of the history ones. Very cool. And basically, like I, yeah, German. Yeah, thanks, Billy. You say Grad is a city in Germany. Yes. All right. Amanda says, Billy, I love you. I felt the exact same. That will be the last one. I'm there. So if you see me, that's why you always see. All right. So yeah, and Amanda, I hope everything works out well for you, and that you're safe. All that, and Billy, I'm glad that things are going well with your farm and the food and stuff. I learn a lot from you all the time. I like teaching you all things because on the next ones I have some more stuff to tell you all about. I'll have her here on one of the other streams, maybe one of the daytime ones, or maybe it'll be one of the night ones. Because I know a lot about Antarctica too. That one's crazy. There's like theories that the Nazis, there's a Nazi colony down there, and they detonated nuclear weapons over there to get rid of it, or they're still there somewhere. And there's a part of Antarctica that is like not cold, and there's theories that some aliens were there. Yeah, that place is a conspiracy theory. That whole thing's a conspiracy. Yeah, that's a really big rabbit hole to go down. And I agree, Billy. Yeah. Amanda said, "Alien, it was such a nice surprise to see you tonight. Thank you for doing this on your off schedule time." Oh, you're welcome, Amanda. You're welcome. Yeah. And I was watching this a stream about the Avatar, and I was talking to some people there, but I'm like, I wanted to do this, as I said. Oh no, Amanda, I didn't watch the Y Files about it. A couple of months ago, like last year, I did a whole. I go on these binge watches of different topics, and I watched a whole video of a documentary about Antarctica and conspiracy theories. Well, we had a stream one time. What's his name? SC was here. SC and Anthony McQuaid. us three were like watching about Antarctica and the Nazis. I played an A&E thing, and there was a claim, but they did not strike me. I played a whole thing from A&E, and they didn't care. So shout out to them. And it was just a claim. It wasn't bad. And also, basically, what happened was I just learned about, and that's how I know about it. I just studied it over and over again. That's what I do with different things. I didn't see the Y files about it. And Billy says I usually find with people who are mutual linguistic to be well above average intelligence. Mult People who are multilinguistic to be well above average intelligence. Exactly. Yeah, he. It's like he very. That was a very polite way for Billy to do that, Amanda. Right. It's like when Putin was calling Joe Brandon, like he was saying, like because Joe Brandon was saying Putin's a crazy sob, and Putin just kind of was like, well, he he's good being there because it's good for Russia for him being there, and he just very politely called him stupid in the most like polite, elegant way, and the Kremlin called him a cowboy. It's like kind of like, I guess he took it as a compliment, but yeah, just that was some wild stuff that's going on. Yeah, yeah. Billy, is he being a little condescending? He's telling Amanda to hit the books, as they say. Yeah, the world shall never know. Yeah, Billy, he's given us a mystery. He's given us conspiracy theories about himself. We're gonna have to make videos about this. Yeah, they had like at my school they had us take another language. As I said, the Spanish. It's cool how they have masculine and feminine in it. Masculine, feminine words. And I'll say, Billy, I share that with you also. Studying other languages is interesting. Now, what I have been studying is the computer languages. That's what I've been studying the most now, Billy. Like the building apps and stuff. That's what I've been studying the most now. That language, Billy, to study a computer language, that really is a tedious task. A lot of focus. That's really yeah, that really is a big task. It's like you make a mistake and then you look and look and look and you find it. Yeah, that's really a big one. And Amanda said something. I have to do this so I could see what she's saying because YouTube really did a goofy thing where they put the heart button. Which out the YouTube, they mean well. She has these laughing emojis. She says, "I've tried to learn French and Greek, I just would need to use it constantly in order to retain it. Exactly, Amanda. It's basically with a language or with anything, you have to keep on like consistently using it or studying it to retain it because over time you could maybe lose the memory of it if you're not using it frequently. Billy, I've studied Greek when I was studying the Bible with some other people on YouTube, and yeah, it is fun to study. It is. And Amanda says I took French in school. That's how I got to go to Paris. Oh, that's cool. We went to Paris. My mom paid, got the trip, but I went with my French club in high school. Well, that's really cool that you went to Paris. That's awesome, and that's cool that you knew the other languages. When I was a kid, a little bit, very little thing about it at that summer camp. Yeah, shout out to everybody. Yeah, shout out to everybody that's coming through. Yeah, facts, Amanda. That would be great for y'all to go there. You know, as you know, New Orleans is very French. Billy. This man. Yeah, I knew he was gonna say something. Well, Billy specifically said that he was learning it for Bible studies. Like, I'm not Jewish either. I learned it at a summer camp that I was attending. It's because of Bible studies too. Same reason. And also some Arabic because we were learning about things about studying multiple religions like Islam and like how it's different than the Bible and stuff. Like refuting it. Because with the Arabic, like they'll have an English version of the Quran that's nothing like But if you translate something in Arabic, it's something totally different than what it actually says in the English one. So it's all like, so it's good to know the language, a foreign language. It's very good to know that. It'll make you mentally eclectic, which is good to be, because this is an eclectic place to be. My dude Billy says, "I'm Scottish, Amanda. The original language for the original language for the New Testament is Greek. Jesus spoke Greek. He also spoke Aramaic. Paul, he was Greek. He spoke the Greek also. I'm also Scottish, because I'm related to everything from Europe, pretty much. And Amanda says, "How you guys learned the language the church taught you?" Okay, so Amanda, I learned from stuff from people on YouTube about Greek and also the Hebrew. As I said, I was at a New Orleans Jewish summer camp. I was there, and they talked a little bit about the Hebrew. But Billy, he could say his how he learned about it. Yes, correct, Cole. All right, Amanda says, "Billy, very nice. I really never knew that." And Billy says, "I have an Armenian Bible that I plan on learning now to read." Yeah. So, yeah, and Cole says they still speak Aramaic in parts of Iraq and Turkey. Correct. Yes. And because I've learned, things on YouTube from the different like people about the like when people were studying about the refuting Islam and stuff and talking about the different groups in the Middle East and the history about it. Yeah, that's when I saw things on Aramaic and the different Arabic language. There's Arabic, Aramaic. Like when Jesus was crucified, they had Aramaic and the different languages of that era on the board above him. Jesus, King of the Jews. Yeah. Billy says he learned Greek and Hebrew by translating the King James Bible back to original tongues. That's really cool, Billy. Awesome. Because, like, because my age was during the time of the internet, and also when you're studying anything, it's good to keep on like studying it over and over again or going back to it to keep on retaining it. Also, right? Yeah, right on, Billy. Now, with languages, what I know about languages, like I like you put different words in there and it'll like translate words for you. You can learn it that way. I've never used one of the apps. Now Billy can answer, you know, his opinion about it, but I'm just giving my perspective. All right, we'll see what Billy's response is. Yeah, so basically, all right, and also he's saying books, Amanda. That about 8 years of pretty intense study. And Billy says he's actually pretty decent at the Bible, which is good. Also, that's very interesting. Yes. And Amanda says to Billy, "How did you know if you were pronouncing all the words correct?" And she said it's tough for her. Glad that you all are here and like chatting. I appreciate it. All right. So, in pronunciations, are important and all. It seems like he's not said anything, but so basically, through the different YouTube videos and apps and stuff, and sometimes Amanda, when you're pronouncing something, when you see a dictionary, it'll like tell you how it's pronounced. Like it'll break it up and show you how it's pronounced. He could answer like how he figured it out, but like sometimes they'll tell you like the word, like it'll break up the word in parts and how you pronounce it before there's like audio stuff like with the internet. And I remember the different languages, but now, as I said, I've not focused on other languages. I've focused on like other things, other like technical stuff I was into. But I do plan on going back to language. Thanks, Amanda. Billy says because I was and do not speak the language that I mentioned before in its written form. All right. The marker. Okay. The markers. Now maybe she. Now you could be a little bit more specific about the markers. So I think you meant something about I was saying before about the the word, the word, how they'll break up the word in different pieces and teach you how it's pronounced by verbally like looking at the word on the paper. It breaks it up. Now, if that's not what you mean about the markers, if you be a little bit more specific, that'd be nice. So, if that's not what you mean by markers, you let me know. Billy says, I can speak different Greek and Hebrew words. However, I don't speak conversationally. All right. Oh, okay. So, oh, okay. Now, first of all, when I type in the chat, it's going to show a highlighted reply because I'm the host of the live stream. And the reason why I'm putting the marks in the chat is because when I'm reading y'all's chat sometimes I can't always see everything you're saying because where the heart icon is, I can't see the full paragraph or sentence. So I put the mark so it moves up and I could see the whole thing. So that's why I have that there, Amanda. That's why I do that. YouTube didn't design it where I could see the whole thing and because the heart icon's too big. You see, like what Billy just did? It moves it up a little bit. You're welcome, Amanda. You're welcome. And thanks, Billy, for doing that. And yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna do, as I said, the video about the restaurants and different things like that. So keep out an eye out for that. All right. Yeah, yeah, exactly, and it irritates you too, Amanda. Also, I think that the alien languages from the different planets, Amanda, are the most easiest to learn, but it takes a lot of effort and time. It's all in hieroglyphics. She says, I just scroll down to the peak at the words it covers. But you see, also, when I'm on the stream, I can't like do like a different way. With the languages, like people could memorize anybody could like people could memorize a language or something. That's it depends on if people want to do that or not. Everybody has their own interests. And also, like I like studying the alien languages, like with hieroglyphics and stuff. Okay. So now, actually, at this part, this was kind of like a shorter stream. Now I'm reaching the end of it, everybody. So we'll be wrapping this stream up. And I'm thankful for all of you that came out for this birthday stream. Yeah, now it's for getting to the close of the show. Thank you, Amanda. Also, hope. Thank you, Amanda.